In a world that rushes past the smallest things, sometimes it's the tiniest object that carries the greatest stories. A single copper coin, the humble 1-cent piece, minted in 1997, bearing the word liberty and the image of Abraham Lincoln. A coin so common, and yet so misunderstood. Today, we are peeling back the layers of history, myth, and mystery surrounding the 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin, the penny that quietly shaped a part of America's everyday story. From its design roots in the early 1900s, to strange collector rumors and shocking auction prices, this is the untold journey of one of the most familiar coins in your pocket. Every American has held one, the Lincoln penny. But the version minted in 1997 carries more than just face value. It was one of the last decades of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, used from 1959 until 2008, an era that bridged old traditions and modern minting technology. At first glance, it's ordinary, a small copper-colored coin with Liberty on one side and 1 cent on the other. But this simple cent represents over a century of evolving design, politics, and national identity. In 1997, millions of these coins were struck, yet hidden among them are stories of minting variations, myths of missing letters, and error coins worth hundreds or even thousands at auction. To truly understand the 1997 penny, we have to travel back in time to 1909. That year, America celebrated the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th president who guided the nation through its darkest hour, the Civil War. President Theodore Roosevelt wanted to reform U.S. coin designs, believing they should reflect the nation's spirit and artistic dignity. He chose Victor David Brenner, a Lithuanian-born sculptor, to design a new 1-cent coin. Brenner's design featured a bold portrait of Lincoln, the first time a real person, and a president, appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. And on the reverse, he placed 2 simple wheat stalks, symbolizing prosperity and the nation's growth. The wheat penny was born in 1909, and with it, a legacy that would endure for generations. 50 years later, in 1959, the reverse design changed. To celebrate 150 years since Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint replaced the wheat design with a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, crafted by engraver Frank Gasborough. This change symbolized how Lincoln's memory had become monumental, literally. And if you look closely on the back of your 1997 penny, you'll see the tiny seated statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, making him the only person to appear on both sides of the same coin. By 1997, this design had already circulated for nearly 4 decades, a familiar image in every household, cash register, and piggy bank across America. In 1997, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, specifically at the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint, D-Mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint struck over 4.6 billion coins, while Denver added another 4.4 billion. The composition? Not pure copper. In fact, by 1997, the U.S. penny was made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a change introduced in 1982 due to rising copper costs. But here's where the mystery deepens. That thin copper coating can sometimes cause minting errors, leading to coins with missing layers, off-center strikes, or even floating roofs. On the Lincoln Memorial, small differences that make collectors' hearts race. These aren't just mistakes, they're windows into the production process, where even the slightest imperfection can transform a 1-cent coin into a treasure worth hundreds. Where there are coins, there are legends. Over the years, rumors have circulated about the 1997 rare Liberty penny. Some claimed there were pennies with the word Liberty missing. Others said Lincoln's face appeared doubled, or that a secret batch of solid copper coins escaped the mint. Let's separate the myths from the facts. Myth 1. The 1997 all-copper penny. Many believe some 1997 pennies were accidentally made from pre-1982 copper planchets. In reality, no verified copper 1997 cents exist, though collectors test coins every year, hoping to find one that defies the odds. Myth 2. The missing Liberty coin. Some pennies show faded or partially missing letters in Liberty, but these aren't secret varieties. They're die deterioration or strike errors, common after millions of uses. Still, Strong examples can fetch $10 to $50 among enthusiasts. Myth 3. The double die Lincoln. A few collectors claim to see a doubling on Lincoln's face or the word, "In God we trust." While no official double die, 1997 variety is recognized by major grading services. Some machine doubling errors do exist, interesting but usually low in value. So while the myths keep circulating, the truth is that condition and rarity remain the real keys to a penny's worth. Yet, there are genuine treasures among the 1997 cents. Errors born from mechanical flaws or human oversight. Let's explore some of the most sought-after 1997 penny errors. 1. Off-center strikes. These occur when the coin blank is misaligned under the press, leaving part of the design missing. A dramatic off-center penny with at least 50% of the design visible can fetch between $100 and $250. 2. Die cracks and cuds. Overused dies sometimes crack, leaving raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin, especially near Lincoln's head or the memorial. Collectors pay $10 to $100 depending on size and position. 3. Broad strikes and missing rims. These coins lack the raised rim, giving them a stretched or distorted look, unique and collectible, often selling for $20 to $60. 4. Double-struck coins. Coins that were struck twice or more show overlapping designs. A 1997 double-struck penny in good condition can reach $200 to $400 at auction. 5. BIE error. A small die break between the letters B and D in Liberty forms what looks like an I. Collectors affectionately call it the BIE error, and they're worth around $5 to $15. Each error tells its own story, a small accident frozen in metal, proof of how even modern machines can produce unintentional art. In numismatics, condition is king. A 1997 penny from your pocket might be worth 1 cent, but a pristine, uncirculated example can be worth hundreds. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70. For the 1997 penny, values rise sharply above MS66, especially if the coin shows deep red luster, known as red, road, grading. For example, a 1997 D Lincoln cent MS68 road, sold for $763 at auction. In 1997, Philadelphia, MS68 road, fetched $800 plus in a PCGS certified sale. So yes, that common-looking penny could be worth a dinner out, or even more, if preserved with care. Let's talk about real money. At coin auctions, even modern cents have found fame. The 1997 Lincoln cent may not seem ancient, but it has captured collector attention for its condition rarity. Here are some real highlights. A 1997 D MS68 road, sold by Heritage Auctions for $763, 2016. A 1997 MS68 road realized $881 at Stack's Bowers. A 1997 D off-center strike, sold for $220 in a private collector trade. In 1997, double-struck error, brought $410 in 2022. While these numbers may not rival gold coins, the point is clear. Even a coin worth 1 cent can surprise you when rarity, condition, and collector passion collide. Beyond its metallic worth, the 1997 Liberty 1 cent represents something larger, the persistence of small value in a big world. By the late 1990s, debates over the penny's usefulness were already rising. Some argued it cost more to make than it was worth. Others believed removing it would erase part of America's identity, the familiar face of Lincoln, the word liberty, the phrase "in God we trust." For generations, pennies have been the first coin a child receives, the one tossed into fountains for wishes, the symbol of good luck when found heads up. The 1997 penny carries those emotions, a link between nostalgia and everyday life. Even today, some collectors seek out 1990s coins as reminders of a simpler era, before digital payments and cashless transactions began replacing the physical feel of money. So, how can you tell if your 1997 penny might be special? Here's a quick checklist. 1. Check the mint mark. A D for Denver, and no mark for Philadelphia. Some collectors prefer the Denver strike for its slightly sharper details. 2. Inspect for errors. Look closely at Liberty, the date, and the Lincoln Memorial. Use a magnifying glass. Any doubling, cracks, or missing details could be valuable. Submit your coin to PCGS or NGC if you believe it could reach MS67 or higher. High-grade modern cents are surprisingly rare due to storage and handling wear. Avoid cleaning. Never polish or wash the coin. It destroys the surface and drops its value instantly. A truly well-preserved 1997 penny, straight from a mint set, can be a hidden gem in your collection. As the US Mint continues to evolve, the era of the Lincoln Memorial penny has ended. In 2009, to mark Lincoln's bicentennial, the design changed again, first to 4 commemorative reverses, and later to the Union Shield design in 2010. That means coins like the 1997 cent are now part of a closed chapter, a finished era in America's coinage history. Collectors often look back on these coins as symbols of transition, the late 20th century blending into the new millennium. As time passes and millions of coins wear out or vanish into drawers and jars, pristine survivors will only become rarer. Who knows? Perhaps in a few decades, that little 1997 penny could become a sought-after vintage relic. Proof of a time when change still jingled in our pockets. Every coin has its legends, from lucky pennies found on the ground, to tales of secret mint mistakes worth a fortune. Myths keep collectors searching. Some stories claim a 1997 penny struck on a dime planchette exists. Others speak of ghost Lincoln coins where his image fades like an apparition. While most remain unproven, they reflect a universal truth. People love to believe in small miracles. And maybe that's what keeps the penny alive. The idea that something so small could hold hidden value, waiting to be discovered. Ask any numismatist, and they'll tell you, the Lincoln cent is the perfect beginner's coin. Affordable, familiar, and full of history. For the 1997 issue, collectors recommend keeping both Philadelphia and Denver versions in mint state. If you're building a complete Lincoln Memorial set, the 1997 cent holds a quiet place between 2 turning points, the high mintage years and the final decade before design change. Some collectors even treasure rolls of 1997 pennies, sealed since their release, untouched time capsules from the 20th century. Coins are mirrors of their times. In 1997, the US was on the brink of the digital age. The internet was rising, yet pockets still jingled with metal. The penny remained a symbol of thrift, patience, and the idea that every small piece counts. That's why the 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin isn't just another copper disc. It's a snapshot of American life at the crossroads of tradition and technology. So next time you spot a 1997 penny, take a moment before tossing it into a jar. Look at the word Liberty. Think of the hands that have held it, from the mint workers who struck it, to the children who saved it, to collectors who search for its rarest form. Because behind every coin lies a story, of design, of history, and of hope. And maybe, just maybe, that 1,997 penny in your hand carries a value that can't be measured only in cents. The 1997 Liberty 1-cent coin, small, silent, and endlessly fascinating. A humble witness to time, reminding us that even the smallest things can hold the greatest stories. Subscribe for more deep dives into the hidden history of world coins. Every coin has a story. Let's uncover it together.